Ready boys, another weekend league, another set of team of the season rewards here for you guys today. And just like Premier League weekend, we managed to get gold 2 again. So with this comes basically the same rewards except just a different league. Once again though, before we open those up, here is a quick glance at the teams we did it with. Actually, it's not entirely accurate. I had Fumis Roussillon here instead of Reguilon. I went and got him this weekend, and Ozil was my only player now on full cam. Instead of team of the season Grimaldo, I had baby Roberto Carlos, who I think is the biggest servant of my club actually. And this was the rest of the team. Now without further ado, on to the rewards portion. Now I think last week for La Liga team of the season rewards, the player picks were messed up. You wouldn't get your guaranteed player even if you did finish goal 2. Hopefully that's not the case this week, or I'm gonna have one hell of a complaint to make. Alright, first player pick up. Let's see what we get. Oh, Kostic, I'll take that. I really want Davies, that's what I really want. I understand that may not be the most probable pick, but for now we'll take Kostic. Looks a decent card. 6 foot, doesn't really fit the meta, but then again Pepe is 6 foot and I fucking love Pepe. Now our second player pick. Oh, Gnabry, I'll take that. I'll gladly take Gnabry, former Arsenal player. Mad respect for him too after what he did to Chelsea and Spurs. Yeah, I don't see anybody else I could take here. We don't get Davies, unfortunately, so I think I'm gonna have to go out and buy him basically. Let me just look up real quick how much Gnabry is on the market actually. Alright, so he's not as much as I thought he'd be, about $500,000. Still a good card regardless, we'll go ahead and take that. And yeah, I'd say pretty average rewards, but you can't really expect much out of gold 2. Onto the packs now. I think which one's the worst? I'm gonna go ahead and start with this one. See what we get here. It is a board. Is it a walkout? No, it's not. Skip. Shit pack. Alright, first pack was a bit of a bust. Onto this prime gold players pack. Okay, it's another board. Again, no walkout, just board. Just Lamar and Spot out of that. Really nothing. Alright, 2 boards in a row. Not really the most convincing start. Oh, this one's not even a boards, man. Yeah, that pack's dead. Now last 2 packs of the day. 2 rare mega packs. Get a board. No walkout again, man. Got the boy Paco and Savage. Would have been excellent to have when La Liga upgrade packs were available. Now last but hopefully not least of these packs. Again, no walkout out of all of these 5 packs, unfortunately. It's an 84 rated player at least. Some good fodder. Alright, so not the best rewards, player pick wise and obviously pack wise. At this point in my last reward video, I think I went over the custom tactics. I'm not going to do that in this video. Simply put, I really don't think you guys should be taking any tactical advice from me, or really any advice now that we're on the topic. Now if you guys do want to see my tactics for whatever reason, I'll leave a link to my last video there below. And yeah, that's enough of this. On to the highlights. So we kicked this weekend off against a pretty strong opposition. Right here Roberto makes a nice tackle. He definitely had a very good weekend. Somebody else who had a decent weekend, Kaglar Soyuncu right here, makes a double tackle which eventually leads up to an attack and eventually our first goal of this weekend league campaign. If you guys do remember from my last highlight video, I had Rijkaard, who I talked very positively of, and I could definitely say I haven't really missed Rijkaard. Soyuncu has definitely filled in that spot very nicely. Right here, I think that was De Bruyne that scores it to Sancho, and it's 2 weekend leagues in a row now, where our first game we get a rage quit win. Second game now, I'm not sure if you guys saw him right there, but that team of the season, Raul Jimenez, man, as unmeta and however horrible his balance may be, that dude tore me up this weekend. That he has a shot, man. If I had to pinpoint 3 players in particular that tore me up this weekend, I would definitely say it was him. Team of the season Raul Jimenez, team of the season Fekir, and team of the season All Black, man. Those 3 in particular were like my kryptonite this weekend. Luckily here we managed to bounce back with a Kevin De Bruyne. Beautiful finish into the top corner, hits the crossbar, bounces back in. De Bruyne was a tricky player this weekend. With his high rating, obviously the standards are set much higher, so even when he does bag a good amount of goal contributions, you still kind of feel like you should be expecting more from such a card. Right here, I think that was Soyuncu again, who gets an incredible block on Raul Jimenez. I did end up missing a few chances, not just throughout this game, but through the entire weekend league, really. Oh yeah, this guy gets an absolute AIDS goal. You can hear me in the background. I was absolutely pissed off. I mean, he does a little respect celebration, fair enough, you know, like, at least he's not shushing, whatever, bro. Yeah, I think we do come back here, ball wide out to Roberto Carlos. I think at this point I'm just like on all-out attack, just trying to get anything out. Luckily we do manage to find De Bruyne, who slots in an easy tap in. Now unfortunately, not long after, we we get that equalizer. All that hard work comes undone with what I can only describe as one of the more frustrating goals I conceded this weekend league. Oh my fucking god.
Well, it looks that way. Score this late. Really can see it through without too much trouble, and they've got that fight. He went in well. That's the final whistle.
Alright, so that's how that game ended. You guys heard me going for the water bottle there. I'm not gonna lie, that thing was useless this weekend. That was not calm at all. I was fuming. That's actually why there's not that many live comms this video. After my first few games, I decided, you know what, cut the commentary, focus on the game. I do the same thing with Sador if it gets auto blocked, bro. Messi goes through a million fucking bodies. And as you guys saw, Messi puts this guy 1-0 up with a beautiful finesse shot. We come right back down from kickoff and miss what's possibly an easy chance. I think that was Oblak again in goal. Right here, luckily we get a free kick outside the edge of the box. Sador, instead of going straight for goal, lays it off to Bakayoko, lays it off back to him, and he bangs a beautiful finesse shot. Redeem that miss you guys saw earlier in this game. Now back to what I was saying about missed chances this weekend. Right here, Sador gets a beautiful interception, lays it off to Ozil, and an opportunity very promising, absolutely gone to waste. That wasn't convincing enough. Ozil comes right back down and misses essentially a tap-in. Right here, the one time Oblak actually comes out of his box and makes a mistake, we miss an open header. Finally, we are able to convert with Ozil, smashes it near post. Unfortunately, from kickoff, this guy comes right back down. He dances all over my box. I'm allowing him, not putting in a challenge, and eventually... No! Fuck! No! What the fuck? 88th minute now. A goal here will surely decide the game. Right here, clear-cut chance with Sador. And if that wasn't clear-cut enough, right here, Pepe finds Aubameyang, who finds a beautiful run from Ozil. It's a simple 2-on-1. Sweat it across and get an open goal. No! And that chance basically sums up this game. Right here, Sador absolutely twists that man inside out just to miss the finesse. Bro, what is this player switching? What the fuck? Get this. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I gave away a pen right there. It's luckily it's a free kick where this guy almost converts, manages to hit the crossbar, and we come right back down. Another clear-cut opportunity, man. I'm not really sure what to do here. I don't even know if to blame delay or anything. That's really just on me.
No way! How does he get that pass off?
So yeah, long story short, all those missed chances end up leading to penalties, and I end up doing what I normally do, which is absolutely choking. Fair play to this guy. I can't say he didn't deserve it. I had my chances and I didn't take them at the end of the day.
I hate this game.
Now those games you just saw were all played on Saturday night. I don't play any games on Friday due to just the amount of server traffic there is, and more than likely the gameplay is going to be awful. We start this game off quite nicely. Lineker, oh, I love that skill move. It's a simple skill move, just a fake shot, cut inside, find a tap in. It's literally what I did this entire weekend, if I'm being honest. Right here, De Bruyne with a little bit of forward, tries to find an angle, ends up going for goal, misses. The rebound falls to, I think that's Thiago, who himself finds De Bruyne again. Whatever, ends up falling to Sancho. Pretty AIDS goal, we'll take it.
Score, bro. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. Thank you, man.
This game right here, I didn't record this guy's team, but I do remember this being one of my more frustrating games, as you can probably tell by my live reaction.
That's more the fuck like it, bro. Let's go, man.
We come right back down with a very similar chance and angle. This time Gary Lineker unfortunately rebounds it off the post. But yeah, this game is really just all me right now. It's not even that I'm not showing this guy's highlights. He literally had no highlights. What he did have, however, was a random dude from Italy, 82 rated center back, I think, named Crescido. I don't know what it was about him, but he kept blocking so many chances.
No way! How? This gameplay. Oh my god. Of course. Get that. Nice.
That Luis tackle went out for a goal kick, by the way. That man had an incredible weekend. Here, De Bruyne's finally able to get the insurance goal against this guy out of one of the many mistakes he made this game. Right here, I'm not just showing a random pack. Well, I am, but that's not really the focus point. I'm showing this just to show how long it takes me to load this pack, man. That footage right there is sped up by 900%. Eventually, it doesn't even load, it just boots me off the servers, man. I'm not gonna go ahead and blame EA servers like most people do, because unlike those most people, I actually do have pretty terrible Wi-Fi. But it's never been this bad, I will say that. At times, like with this delay, Sunday afternoon, man, my 99 rated Kevin De Bruyne would feel like an 84 rated Dusan Tadic. Right here, I'm really just lunging into tackles. And speaking of the post, man, again, we hit it right there. And Daniel James, of all people, bro, on his left foot, pretty weird angle. Alex rushing at him. He manages to keep his composure, keep his cool, and slot it past him. And right before halftime, Daniel James comes down again. I talked about Oblak earlier and saying how he's probably the best goalkeeper I faced this weekend. If I had to say there was a worst, it would definitely be Alisson. Obviously, there's nothing he could do about here. Pretty AIDS, ball bounces all over the place. Daniel James gets his hat trick. Now with Gnabry coming into the team potentially, I think I will find a way to fit him in. I would definitely say Daniel James went out on a high, man. Right here, we get the 5th, and I think this guy decides to rage quit. Gary Lineker tapping. Alisson probably could have done a better job. I don't know, maybe not deflected right into Gary Lineker's path. Who knows? At the end of the day, I'm not complaining. We get a 5-0 win. Next game now. Another game I forget to show my opponent's team in. Right here, 9 out of 10 times that's going in the back of the net. I'm guessing this time was just the one. Lineker does redeem himself here by playing that beautiful assisted Daniel James, who, as I was saying, if I do end up getting Gnabry, it's going to be very difficult to replace Daniel James, not only because of sentimental reasons, but for chemistry as well. I might have to switch the team up a bit. Eventually, this guy does get an equalizer in the most AIDS fashion possible. Leno, man, I love the guy, but Arsenal buys aside, bro. This weekend he just was not cutting it. Not only that, but his short sleeves as well, man. They just don't look good in my opinion. End up giving the ball away stupidly with Orsic. Ends with Aubameyang slotting in a last-second goal, like literally last kick of the game, man. And that's how we end up losing that game. We move on though. Konate absolutely bodies that man. Now Seedorf commencing the attack, finds a beautiful ball to Ozil, who executes a beautiful fake shot, finds a ball to Overmars, and the tap-in merchants are back in full swing. And straight from this guy's own kickoff, we come right back down here. Ozil plays a beautiful back heel into Aubameyang, returns the ball, then he proceeds to blast it far post. Alisson gets a touch on it, but really he had no chance. And in quick succession, we go 2-0 up here. Pepe marching down the wing as he always does, doing his thing, man. Such an important player he is. Finds Seedorf, who kind of almost misses that. I think Alisson might have gotten a touch on that, but really there was really no chance in him keeping that out. He does manage to keep this one out, however, over Mars. And this guy, he did manage to find a few opportunities in behind my defense. Like looking back at it now, I don't even know how he got that much space. Right here, Lenglet's there to close him down. Lenglet, man, what a card. I was thinking about getting level 30 Umtiti from season objectives, but honestly, Lenglet's been doing his thing and has been for a long time now. Same can be said for Konate right there, who made that beautiful interception. Right here, Ozil absolutely skins that defender before laying it off to Overmars, who he himself lays it off to Pepe for what is, I think, a hat-trick of tap-ins this game, man. This is my club at its finest, my play style at its finest. This guy gets another chance. He did have a fair few chances this game. The few he did have, however, he completely fluffed. Right here, I think that's Aubameyang who lays it off to Ozil for the ultimate cherry on top. Ball rolls Alisson before chipping in a beautiful goal right here. The Arsenal boys coming together in harmony, man. That is what we love to see in this weekend league right here, man. What a beautiful ball. Unsavable. Even looks better in slow motion. Now this game, however, literally nothing happens until the 70th minute when Fekir just decides, you know what, let me skin David Luiz alive and finesse it past Leno. And that's exactly what he does to finally open the scoring in the 73rd minute. By now I'm on all-out attack, and honestly this guy probably deserves whatever he's going to get out of this game. Leno just decides, you know what, let me wipe this guy out for no real good reason. Fair enough, didn't really have any alternatives there. If we do manage to save this penalty, we get a chance at possibly coming back. Unfortunately, Griezmann decides to take the best penalty ever conceived in the history of the world. We do manage to get back a redemption goal. De Bruyne with the beautiful finesse shot. Initially I do go for the ball, but then I realize, you know what, I don't have any time. Let me just hit this guy with a little bit of ironic shushing and essentially just have a fun loss, man. You know, right here, good La Liga team. I think that cross did some damage at the very beginning. Yes, he did. Right here, bangs in a finesse shot past like 2 bodies. I don't know how he got that. This guy had a nice kid, to be fair, so I kind of feel a little bit bad about what's about to happen to him right here. Ozil straight from kickoff literally just runs in a straight line, finds Seedorf in acres of space. Probably the easiest tap-in I've had this weekend. Aubameyang and Ozil with a little bit of link-up play. Ozil with a beautiful standing fake shot before banging in a peach of a finesse to make it 2-1. Honestly, that man is unreal, bro. One of the best SBCs I've done this year. Pepe with a chance to potentially seal this game early on. Unfortunately, that missed chance is going to come back and bite me. Konate, that was on me really. That poor clearance from me. I shouldn't have done that. This guy gets an equalizer. We get a chance later on to jump back into the lead. Very similar to the first goal, except this time Seedorf decides to completely sky this opportunity. Aubameyang running down the line, absolutely storms past. I think that's team of the season, Diego Carlos. I don't think I showed this guy's team either. Easy tapping for Overmars. Aubameyang is an incredible card, man. Here, right before the first half, Pepe dancing on the edge of the box. A story told countless times already. Finds another tap in. Ozil slots into the back of the net right before the first half. Now Overmars with a bit of wing play on his behalf. Storms past that guy before finding Seedorf. Angle right here is too tight to really do anything. End up missing. This guy gets a bit of an AIDS goal. I probably could have taken the ball away with there with Seedorf. Cazorla bangs in a beautiful finesse shot. It's one of those goals where you can't really do anything about, but you just hate to see go in. We still managed to see out this win with some very questionable time-wasting tactics. Here we face off against one of the weaker teams I've come across this weekend, but I've definitely learned to not underestimate these opponents. I think my Premier League weekend, some of my hardest games were against like all gold rare teams. Lucky for us here, Kevin De Bruyne puts us ahead with a beautiful shot across goal. Nothing De Gea could do about that. Now Lineker, again with that fake shot skill move, man, finds an easy tap in, well, what should be an easy tap in. I think that was headed to De Bruyne, ended up going to Daniel James. De Gea makes a beautiful save, fair enough. We kind of make amends here with probably the most 45th minute goal you could ever score. I'll take it, not complaining. 2-0 up right before halftime. Now Lineker finds a pretty beautiful ball. I'm not really sure, kind of a fluke. De Bruyne makes it work with another thunderbolt into the top corner, and this guy's pretty much out of here. Now nearing the end of this campaign, Kevin De Bruyne cuts inside, hits a ball roll, finds Gary Lineker, who hits a 360 tap in just because he's clinical enough to do so. This guy, I'm not gonna lie, he was better than me. He had my defense on strings at times. Serge Gnabry right there grabs an equalizer. Right here, this is a fucking penalty. There's no way that's not a pen. Get away with it somehow. This guy makes me pay the price for it. I back off there with Luis. Can't really blame any defenders involved there. And yeah, this guy was really just better than me. I can't deny that at all. We didn't really create too much this game. What we did manage to create, though, luckily we most of the time did manage to get the most out of it. Right here, Gary Lineker in that position, even if it's on his weak foot, I just know he's gonna score that. Right here, I don't even know if we had many options in the middle. Fortunately, we don't. We do look like we could get something out of this game, but unfortunately, our downfall comes from our own free kick. I aimed that for Roberto Carlos. Eventually, this guy ends up getting a cheese goal with Rafael Guerreiro, man. A finesse shot from outside of the box with famous Rafael Guerreiro. I don't even know anybody that has that card, but I guess it ends up working for this guy. Right here, we grab one last chance with Gary Lineker. Of course, Jan Oblak denies him from no more than 2 yards out, and that's basically how this game is gonna end. Now, my last 2 games of this weekend league campaign, back to back. I think I saved like 26 of my games on Sunday, all for one day, because Saturday night I was just not playing good, so I decided to go to sleep. I think I started off like 1-3, a far cry from my 5-0 start that Premier League weekend. But the thing about playing on Sundays, especially Sunday nights, you go up by 2 goals, especially early on, and your opponent's pretty much just out of there, man. They're trying to finish their games, you're trying to finish your games. I doubt if they don't see themselves getting a win out of the game that they would stay for long, just as I'm sure you wouldn't. And that really proved to be the case these 2 games back to back. Daniel James out here skinning the entire left side of that team, lays it off to Lineker, who misses. But like I was saying, man, right here I think this guy just loses his temper with Bakayoko, ends up taking out Fred for a red card, and before I even get to do anything with this free kick, this guy decides, you know what, he's not even gonna pause the game. He's just out of there completely. So you could often find yourself getting a few easy wins if you go into Sunday night games on a good run. Most of the time you can run into people that are just desperate and trying to finish their games and in a panicky state, and it's very easy to pick off, really. So back-to-back goal 2 finishes. Actually, I finished off better this weekend. I think I finished off, yeah, right here, 17 wins with 5 games remaining compared to my Premier League weekend, 17 wins with 3 games remaining. And that's really crazy. Despite my awful start, I started this weekend 1-3 and started that weekend 5-0. So I guess really just depends on how you end off a weekend rather than how you start off. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me for another weekend of Foot Champs rewards and highlights. I'm not sure if I'll play this weekend, considering it's Serie A and I don't really need Serie A players in my team. Liga, however, I'll probably most definitely be back for that, so expect a video then, and peace.